On y va. Info. Pays. Eze ni wapi?
We are here
No,
on Yoga Day, International Yoga Day. We are here just for 2 hours. We are here to make you happy, taking all your troubles away, make you happy, spontaneously happy. We are here on Yoga Day, International Yoga Day. We are here for just 2 hours. We are here to make you happy.
International, we are here.
International.
C'est le message. Non, c'est la partie là qui est Donc, quand vous êtes occupé, notre tao, comme vous venez, vous allez tao.
Devi Namo Namaha Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Shri Devi Namo. Uma mantra Shri. Om Tvameva Sahaja Shri Ganesha Sahaja Shri Harishati Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha Shri Nirmala Devi Namo. Bolo Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi ki
Jai.
Oui. C'est bon. On va essayer de se connecter. Oui, on est en direct.
We are here
Wow.
on Yoga Day International. Yoga Day. We are here just for 2 hours. We are here to make you happy, taking all your troubles away, make you happy, small that makes you happy. We are here on Yoga Day, International Yoga Day. We are here just for 2 hours. We are here to make you happy, taking all your troubles away, make you happy, all that make you happy.
So we are here on Yoga Day. We are here to make you happy. We are here just for 2 hours. We are here to make you happy. Taking all your troubles away to make you happy. Everybody happy.
Make you happy, all that make you happy.
To make you happy. Oh, that you be happy.
Make you happy, my meditation happy.
Oh, make you happy. I meditation happy.
Make you happy, our family happy.
Oh, make you happy. Our family happy.
Make you happy, everybody happy.
Oh, make you happy. Everybody happy. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, we wish you a warm welcome on this International Yoga Day. We Sahaja Yogi from Benin want to share with you a nice knowledge, a pure knowledge, and want to explain. Non, c'est pas ici. Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, a warm welcome to this program. With you, and we are greeting this International Yoga Day program. What is yoga? How can we practice yoga today? How can we enjoy? What benefit can we have? We get with yoga. First of all, I want to apologize for my English. It's not so perfect, but we'll try to explain you. Yoga means simply union with God. Simply union with God. It's a Sanskrit word, and Sanskrit is a language of India, one of the first language. It's still spoken in India, and yoga in Sanskrit means union with God. Now, depending on the way you used to unite yourself with God, that is why you have different yoga. You have yoga like Hatha Yoga. Hatha Yoga, Ha mean moon and Ta mean sun. Hatha Yoga, Hatha Yoga. You have yoga like Bhakti Yoga. Those people of Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, they are practicing Bhakti Yoga. And this Bhakti Yoga is a devotion. Bhakti meaning devotion. That means connection with God through devotion. People are singing, they are praising, they are trying to please God by devotion. If you take a kata, they are using position called mudra to try to get connection with God. We have Kundalini Yoga. Kundalini, the name of this energy I will come on it. And you have many kind of, even our formal religion like Christianity, like Islam, are a form of yoga. Some of them yoga are Bhakti Yoga, because people are expressing their devotion to God through Christianity. That is a kind of yoga. Yoga is in everything. When they were punishing us at school by holding our ear and going on and coming down, we are practicing yoga. This position used to balance our autonomous system. That is many kind of yoga. But today, we have the opportunity to reach the best of yoga, the synthesis of all yoga. That is Sahaja Yoga. You can read it, Sahaja Yoga. It's discovered by Mrs. Nimala. And well known as Shri Mataji. She's a pediatric knowledge. That is how it originated us in Benin, in West Africa. And we are practicing since 30 years already. Sahaja Yoga is a connection with inner God. Saha mean with, Ja mean born. Sahaja mean born with. And I say yoga, I explained that yoga is union with God. Then Sahaja Yoga means union with the inner God, spontaneous union with God. How can we unite? We have union, inner God within us. As you can see on this chart, you have a subtle system. You have the autonomous system showing here. You have the left sympathetic channel, left sympathetic nervous system, right sympathetic nervous system, and parasympathetic nervous system. These three autonomous system, and the autonomous system is like auto means itself and nomos means move. That is the system who move itself. When you take your blood circulation, you can stop your blood circulation because there is another master within controlling this system. This is the spirit, the Atma. That is the master within us. And this system, you have it since you have 2 months and have 3 months in your mother's womb. It's composed by the left channel, left sympathetic system. That is our desire system, the past, the moon system, the feminine system. Women almost are more on this system. Is the emotional system, the past you can see, the collective subconscious. Is the system of our, how can I say, desire. Those people who are based on this system can easily cry. They are always thinking about their past, how they lost their parents, how they are living in past. If you take the second system, the right system, we call it right nervous sympathetic system. It's the future. You can read the future. It's the collective supraconscious, and it give us planification. When you are on this system, you are on the right side. You are always planning. You are already dominating. You want to dominate everyone. You are like men, those egotistical people. They are on the right system. They are very rigid people. Sometimes when you see women on this system, you see them with a man character, male character. But someday we can't explain why we are happy, why we are enjoying. We woke up with love. We wake up with. It's only the day we are on the parasympathetic system. Only those days we can be happy. When we are on parasympathetic channel, we are on the present. We are in the present. You can see the present. The present, only the present leads to God. And this system is giving us connection with God, integration with God. You have the chakra. Those three systems have not 7 principal knot on in science we call it plexus. We have 7 principal plexus. 7 principal plexus. The first plexus is the pelvic plexus. In Sanskrit we call it Muladhara chakra. Muladhara chakra is the chakra of wisdom, the chakra of the chakra of devotion. Most people who are naturally wise, you can explain why, but they got it from the Muladhara, the pelvic plexus. If we the second plexus, see, everyone want to, when the baby come to you, nobody can refuse the baby. We are like a baby when this plexus is arrived. physical quality. The place give us innocence of baby. We have a magnet. We can attract people easily. People, we can't explain why they love you. It's because of your magnet. It's from this plexus. We have the second plexus called the Swadhisthana chakra. Is in scientists call it aortic plexus. And aortic plexus give us knowledge. We can read pure knowledge, creativity. It gives us pure knowledge, pure attention, and creativity. Those who are artistic people, who are very creative, they have very good. Those who are smart, they got respected from this plexus. Those who are very intelligent at school, you can see them. They are always the first of the class. They are very good students. They have very good plexus, aortic plexus. We call it Swadhisthana chakra. You have the third chakra, the solar plexus. Here we call it Manipur or Nabi chakra. It's giving us evolution. It's giving us peace. You have to have peace within you first. If you don't have peace, inner peace, you can express peace in your life. It used to give us how can I say a satisfaction. You are satisfied. You are you have a dignity. You have a prosperity. Prosperity is from inside within you. It's from this solar plexus. It gives you evolution in every way. It gives you dignity, generosity. Generosity is from this solar plexus, the Nadi chakra. Those who have it, they will have a lucky of a good wife, and they will get a good husband. Is from this plexus. You have authority with you, the guru principle. That is when they cut the navel, navel womb, it creates a void called the vagus nervus. This system, there is a hole there, and this vagus nervus, we call it Baba Sagara, the illusion ocean. It gives us authority, it gives us discipline. How can I say? You are ordered. It gives us order in our life. When we go to the fourth chakra, it's the cardiac plexus. We call it. Scientists call it cardiac plexus. It gives us love for people. It gives us security. It gives us self-confidence. It gives us we have responsibility. Perfection is from this chakra. I have to come back because I didn't talk about the 10 commandments in the Bible. The Dharma is from this void. I can't say everything today, but when you come to learn about, you have your parent within you. Your mother is at your left heart, left anahata chakra, and you have your father on your right side. Any disease firstly come from your chakra. When you have very good chakra, since when you maybe long time before it will express, we will have symptoms, which the disease symptom, the chakra will tell you that you have this problem, and you can feel it. Then you can correct it. That is why we say Sahaja Yoga is like a preventive medicine. See, when the actual medicine is like symptomatic. It's only when they see a disease they can treat it. But Sahaja Yoga can prevent it because you can feel if any chakra is not working. Like stress, you can feel if you will be stressed, you will feel it. earlier with your fingertip, you can feel directly on your chakra that something is going wrong, and we have many techniques to correct it, to balance our system. When we reach the cervical plexus, we call it visually. Cervical plexus give us communication, diplomacy. You know the way to communicate. You have sweetness in your voice. You have communication, collectivity. Anyway, when you were somewhere, you will be collective. You will integrate easily. That is the quality of cervical plexus. It gives us a detachment about life problem. Nothing can affect you. You'll be equal to yourself. You give witness. We are witnessing problem without any attachment. I can it give you. You can say truth when you have this chakra established. You can say truth, but when it's not correct, you will feel always lying, always saying, and wrong thing. That is the bad way of the chakra. After the Vishuddhi chakra, we have now the Agya chakra. The Agya chakra is the chakra, we call it chiasma, optical chiasma. Optical chiasma, optical chiasma is the, the, the chakra of forgiveness. When you people are egotistical, is a unbalance of Agya chakra. And now the six first chakra are united to form the seventh one, the Sahasrara. We call it the limbic area, the limbic zone. It's the integration of the six first chakra. We have the six first chakra are integrated to form the seven. And it's the chakra of integration. It's the chakra of, how can I say, collectivity, of evolution. When we take every chakra, all prophets, they come to work on each chakra. We take Prophet Muhammad work on Nabi chakra and void chakra. You have when you have when you have all this quality within you, why can't we enjoy our quality, inner quality? Because when they cut the level, the warm level at the birth, they by cutting the level, they create a hole. We call it Bhavasagara, and this hole keep a small part of the God's power to create us. This small part of God's power is lying in the last bone of our spinal column. This bone is called sacrum bone. Sacrum bone. Sacrum bone is the abode of this energy, and this energy is called Kundalini. Kundalini by Indian. It's called the Holy Ghost by Christian. It's called the pneuma by Greek. It's called Greek, call it pneuma. And Jews call it Shekinah power, and even in African tradition, in Benin language, we will call it se, meaning flower and bright. It's bright and flower, bright flower. Then we can say that the knowledge has been shared to all the tradition. Now, if you people can forgive and you have a desire through the guidance of Mrs. Bashir Mataji, we can easily raise this energy for you. Easily, just a very small experience, and you can easily feel your Kundalini, the Holy Ghost power on the top of your head. That is the self-realization. You can realize yourself. You can know thyself. And by trying this experience, the Kundalini will rise. The Atma will come to take the Kundalini, and both of them will give you your yoga, your union with God. And it's like when we put the seed in a ground, it will sprout out because all the power is in the seed. We are like a seed, and we have God power within us. And now, just by your desire and just by your forgiveness, because if you can't forgive, it will rise and it will stop at the Agya Chakra, the forgiveness center, and the Kundalini will fall down again. It's very important. You don't need to go to someone to say I forgive you, but you need to say within yourself, you know that you will not take a revenge anymore. You will forgive. That is what we want. And then, if just now you want, we will try this experience, and you can feel it. You can feel it easily. Can you try it with us? Let's be relaxed. You sit down properly and try to see if you have someone who offended you. Just saying to you, I forgive you. And you will ask your inner mother, because the Kundalini is your inner mother. The Kundalini, the Holy Ghost power within you is your inner mother. We'll try to write it. You can say, oh mother, please give me my second birth. You want to born again. The real birth is the Atma and the Kundalini union. That is your birth. An egg can never call itself a bird. We need to break the shell. It's only when we break, the shell is broken, the egg can become the bird. And nobody can break the shell for the bird. It's only itself can break its shell. That is why nobody can give you self-realization without your desire, without your inner desire. And the second condition is the forgiveness. I want you to sit down properly and to relax. You don't need to pay anything for this. You don't need to it's like a natural process. When you put the seed in the ground, in the soil, you don't need to pay anything for the soil to the ground to sprout out, to germinate. It's natural process. We need you just to relax. By relaxing yourself, we will just give you the step. And there is 9 steps. The first step, you have to put your left hand on your knee. Open your left hand on your knee and be relaxed. You can sit down properly. If you open your left hand on your knee, The second step, now we will start by using our right hand. We'll put our right hand on the heart, the first step. We'll put it on the heart. The second step will go on the upper part of our stomach. On the upper part of our stomach. The third step will go on the lower part of our stomach. Yes. And after this, we'll come back on the upper part of our stomach for the fourth position. The fifth position, we will put our hand, we'll come back on the heart. And after this, the sixth will come on the neck, on the corner of our neck, turning our head to the right side. The sixth position. The seventh position is our hand should touch, the palm should touch the forehead. The next position is on the back of our head, turning the head down. And the last position is we'll press it. We'll press our content bone. We'll press our head and turn it in clockwise direction. Pressing and turning in clockwise direction. And at every step, we will give you an affirmation, and you will make it within you. You will and try to pray your body, your inner body, your kundalini to rise. Can we try to be relaxed? We'll say, oh yes, I want to get my self-realization because I want to change. Because when the kundalini will rise, it will transform you. All these chakra will start giving you the quality. Your lucky will come back. Your people will love you. You will have security. You will get a communication. You will be collective. You will get a innocence. You will be wise. You have discrimination with what is good, what is bad for you. You have knowledge about yourself, about everything. That is Sahaja Yoga teaching. Then we need to have all this quality. We need to be clean. We need to reach the self-realization, the second birth. That is the purpose of every religion. Can we easily come down? Let's breathe, let's relax. We open our left hand on the knee. We put our right hand on our heart. And we will call our inner mother. Mother, you ask 3 times. Silently you repeat, Mother, am I the spirit? Mother, am I the spirit? You keep your hand open, your left hand open, and the right hand on the heart. Mother, am I the spirit? 3 times you repeat it. Mother, am I the spirit? After this position, we come on the upper part of our stomach. And then we will ask 3 times, Mother, am I my own master? Mother, am I my own master? Silently you repeat within you, Mother, am I my own master? Mother, am I my own master? 3 times. We come down on the lower part of our stomach and we repeat silently 6 times. This is the center of knowledge. We repeat 6 times, Mother, please give me the pure knowledge. Mother, please give me the divine 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 pure knowledge. Let's come back to the upper part of our stomach and let's repeat. Mother, by your grace, I am my own master. Mother, by your grace, I am my own master. Mother, by your grace, I am my own master. Mother, by your grace, I am my own master. 10 times we repeat it. Don't worry if you can't count that. Try to repeat enough. Mother, by your grace, I am my own master. Mother, by your grace, I am my own master. Mother, by your grace, I am the pure spirit. 12 times. We repeat it 12 times. Mother, by your grace, I am the pure spirit. Mother, by your grace, I am the pure spirit. Mother, by your grace, I am the pure spirit. Let's go to the neck, the upper part of our neck, in the corner. Let's put our hand and we repeat, as I am the spirit, the pure spirit, I am not guilty. Mother, I am not guilty at all. I am not guilty. I am not guilty at all. Mother, I am not guilty. I am not guilty at all. Let's repeat it 16 times. Try to repeat. Mother, I am not guilty. I'm not guilty at all. Mother, by your grace, I am not guilty. I'm not guilty at all. Mother, by your grace, I am not guilty. I'm not guilty at all. Mother, I am not guilty. I am not guilty at all. Forget all your mistakes. You are the pure spirit now, and the pure spirit cannot be guilty. You are not guilty of any sin. Don't say I'm a sinner anymore. You are not guilty. You are a pure spirit. If you recognize Jesus blood can have already cleansed, absorbed all our sins. Then how can we be guilty? I am not guilty. I'm not guilty at all. Let's put our hand, the palm on the top, on the forehead. And here we have to be sincere. We should repeat as we can. Mother, I forgive everyone and I forgive myself. 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 Let's put our hand on the back of our head. Turn back the head and repeat, please, Mother, forgive me if I have done any mistake. Mother, please forgive me if I have done any mistake. Mother, please forgive me if I have done any mistake. Now we can put our hand on the top of our head and let's press it. Let's press. The finger should not touch it. Only the palm will press and turn it in the clockwise direction. And we can repeat easily, Mother, please give me my self-realization. Mother, please give me my self-realization. Mother, please give me my self-realization. Mother, please give me my self-realization silently and 7 times. Mother, please give me my self-realization. Mother, please give me my self-realization. Mother, please give me my self-realization. If you repeat after 7 times, you can easily raise your hand and see if you are feeling something. Let's check. What are you feeling? You can try to feel it. Try to feel it. With the mobile hand, use your left hand to check. What are you feeling? Then let's raise both our hands. We raise our hand and we ask, is it really the cool breeze of the divine cool breeze? Is it the Holy Ghost power we are feeling on our head? Stay there and feel again. What are you feeling? God, I want to feel your presence. Now we can bring down our hand, open both of your hands on your knee, and stay in a state, meditation state. Let's try to think, to not think to anything. Just put your attention on your forehead and stay feeling. When we will try to give some musical Okay, just to make you relax. Let's still keep our attention on the forehead, on the top of our head, looking at the light, feeling the light of our Kundalini on the top. And let's stay in silent meditation. We can repeat easily, I forgive. If there is a thought, don't think to anything, just be relaxed. Say, I surrender myself to you, Mother Kundalini. I surrender myself. I want to feel you, Mother. Now we will see if the video is ready. We will listen. She admit Josh Mataji. I hope Brother Raymond Vijay is ready for the video. Yes, Mataji. Stay in meditation. Still closing your eye.
I bow to all the seekers of truth. Just now, Albert has very clearly described to you the mechanism that is within us, which works out our self-realization. There is a mechanism, no doubt. When we are in this room, we see so many lights, and there is a mechanism behind this. But what we do is to just switch on, and the lights are there. So the whole mechanism is already built within us through our evolutionary process. Now we have reached at a point when we have to achieve the result of the evolutionary process. In the West, people had the quest to find out outside this body. I would say that they tried to find out the knowledge about the tree of life. But when the life is found out from outside, you can go up to a point. And the tree can also grow up to a point. You have to go to your roots. This is the knowledge of our roots. Now, to say that it comes from India or it comes from a particular region is not true. India being an ancient country, of course, they have been able to go deep into it. But even in the Bible, you get sentences like, I will appear before you like tongues of flames. And these centers really looks like tongues of flames. Then in the Quran also, it is there called as Asas, the Kundalini. It described that you have to be connected with God. Otherwise, whatever you do in the name of God, you will become cruel and you will be disintegrated. It's clearly said. Same thing in any religion that you read, that you have to have your self-realization. Every religion has talked of the spirit. Every religion has said that you must find out your spirit. Now, when we are ignorant about the spirit, and there are so many people in the market, which I say as a guru shopping going on, people don't know what to expect and what to find. What is self, what is spirit, and why should we get it? As I said, it is the epitome of our evolution. That you have to become the spirit, and that is the truth, that you are the spirit. If you are the spirit, then you have to achieve that state. By this way or that way, that is your birthright, is born with you. That's why we call it Sahaja Yoga. Sahaja means Saha is with, Ja is born with you. That is the yoga, the union with the divine. The divine is the all-pervading power of God's love, which is the subtle of subtler, all-pervading. It exists in everything and you have to feel it. That's what we call as the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost. Cool breeze of the Holy Ghost. In the Bible, there's no description of Holy Ghost. This Kundalini is the reflection of that Holy Ghost. Holy Ghost is the desire of God. That's the power of God reflected within us as Holy Ghost, as Kundalini, in 3.5 coils, is our pure desire. All other desires that we have are impure. Because we have been desiring for this and that, economic laws are such that in general wants are not satiable. Why? Because those wants are not pure. So this is the power of Kundalini which resides in the triangular bone within yourself. Now when I am telling all this to you, you should not have a blind faith about it. But it's an hypothesis. If you are a scientific person or if you have a very logical mind, then you must understand that you should not close your mind. You should be with an open mind and see for yourself. If this proves, then it's all right. But you should not be a person who is cynical, who is already challenging me, because what I am doing is to give you what you have, is to tell you what you have, which is your property, it's your own. I have nothing to do with it as such, but I can't also help it without telling you. This Kundalini has to rise from its seat, which he has shown just now, which is residing in the triangular bone, called as sacrum. Sacrum itself means sacred. That means the Greeks knew about this word, knew about Kundalini, that's why they called it sacred. Now when this Kundalini rises through these various centers, she passes through 6 centers. The 7th center is below her. And this 7th center looks after the glory or the chastity, or we can say it protects the mother Kundalini within us. Now the first center is the most important center. And the first center is the center of our innocence. When we try to play with our innocence, this center gets spoiled, which has to protect the Kundalini. And when this center is spoiled, we can get into lots of problems. Nowadays, you can hear a big cry about this killer's disease, AIDS. We have to fight it. It's a wrong thing that we have done. One thing we must accept. And then we have to fight it. It's not difficult to fight this disease if you accept that you have lost your innocence. The trouble is, when people started getting the knowledge of the tree, they really went amok. They didn't know what to do with themselves. Now they are finished with this, they are finished with that. So now eat your nose or eat your eyes or eat your teeth, something like that. A maddening wave rushed into people. And they didn't know what to do with themselves, so they started practicing also sex. I would also blame Freud for that. In India, Freud won't be accepted at all. It's nonsense. Nobody can accept a theory where they say that you have all the time feelings of carnal love for your mother. Of course, this is ridiculous for us. But anything new has to be accepted. That's the modern idea. Anything new that comes to you, we must accept. Anything new may not be all right. The other day we were having a banquet, and I had a neighbor who was ambassador from Mexico. And he told me that, I know you don't like Freud and you like Jung, but Jung talked of the same old thing. I said, same old thing, but something new above it. Evolution takes place in that manner, that first you have the tree, and then you have the branches, then you have the leaves, and then you have the flowers, and then the flowers have the fruits. But if somebody just takes out a flower from somewhere and gives you, then you know that it's plastic. It must have some basis. It must have some tradition. It must be in our ancient books. It should be described by people who have lived before. Suddenly, if Mr. Freud comes up and says some new theory, it's like mushrooms. These people come up and start telling stories, and we believe in them. It's a fungus. Now, so I told the gentleman, I said, all right, we have eaten all kinds of food before. We haven't eaten the table. Why not we eat that? Because it's new. In the same way, everything that is new we started accepting. Because this is new, this is a new idea, we should get to it. And it's mad race, I tell you, it's a real mad race. All our attention goes to all these mad things. For example, now the fashions that have started. These are entrepreneurs who are materialists, who want to befool us. All the time changing one fashion to another to another. Now in England, you won't find anybody with any hair now left. Because poor things, they tried with this, that and that. Lastly, they came to punks. And when I said, now to punks, then what? They said, Mother, you are out of date. Now it is all bald heads. This is what is. We are giving up all our sense, all our thoughts to somebody who is making us play like this. Materialism is for us. We are not for materialism. Matter is for us. We have to dominate this matter. All the time the spirit is dominating the matter. And when the spirit comes up, then it uses matter for its own purpose. It is not dominated by matter. Nobody can dominate a person who is the spirit. But we are so much lost into it, trying new things like mad, jumping from one to another, that we don't see the sense in it, just like eating the table. We haven't got our own ideas. We are reactionaries, or we accept the ideas that are others. If somebody tells us some ideas, we think, oh, it's great. But why it is great? It must be tallied by few things. First of all, we must find out, does it have any relationship to any tradition, to any ancient books, to any prophets, to any incarnations who came on this earth? They were not all useless people, they were not false people, they were not telling us lies. But we are reactionaries, like we find now. Christianity has failed, the churches have failed, so we react. No. Christianity may fail, but Christ doesn't fail.
Let us just continue the meditation now, and our team will just sing one song. Please close your eyes with both your hands palm open on your lap and just continue the meditation for a few more minutes. Hello, Yuvan brother, can you hear me? Please sing.
Let's go.
Music is a part of Sahaja Yoga. Our chakra are vibrating with the notation of music, and when you are happy, your Kundalini can enjoy it and give you more happiness. Now we are going to the tip of your question. If you have any question, if you have any you want to request any question, we are ready to answer you, and you can ask your question.
Hello, good afternoon. So is there anybody who has come for the first time for the session here? Is there anybody here? And if you would like to ask any questions, you can unmute your mics and you may ask your questions, or you may type in your questions in the chat box if you do have any doubts. Please feel free to ask your questions if you have any. And you may even type your questions on the chat box if we are able to see the chat boxes also. Okay, so if you are not, if you're not getting any questions at the moment, you may even contact us back. I think we flashed our contact details for you on the screen. So this is contact numbers. These are the two WhatsApp numbers we have here. I'll just read it out to you. +229 97 26 7611. I'll repeat, +229 97 26 7611, and then +225 01 12 5421. 225 01 12 5421. And you may also send us an email if you're interested to learn further. The contact email is let's meditate, all one word, let's meditate.online@gmail.com. Let's meditate.online@gmail.com. And then we also have our website here. The website is www.letsmeditate.online. www.letsmeditate.online. This is dedicated website we are having in the African continent for the Sahaja Yoga meditation. You can visit the website and you may also register your name and number there, so we can get back in touch with you for the follow-up programs. I hope you had enough time, and we have flashed the contact details on the screen. I hope you are able to note it down. So we would like to tell you that there is going to be another follow-up program on the coming week. That is next Sunday, same time, same day. So please do join in for the follow-up program so that we can take it up further. And also, before we end the program, we would like to just tell you the importance of daily meditation, what you need to do. I hope you are able to feel the meditation today and follow the steps. So you just need to meditate for... That is next Sunday, same time. You just need to meditate for 5 to 10 minutes every day. When you're up in the morning, when you're fresh after a good night's sleep, you can just put both your hands, palm open on your lap like this, okay? And then close your eyes, keep your attention on the top of your head and the fingertips and palm. And you can just sit in silent meditation for 10 or 15 minutes. Just see what you're able to feel. If you're able to feel a cool sensation or a warm sensation in your fingertips and palm, just try to sit in silent meditation. And then you may try to do the same practice in the evening before going to bed. So we would suggest that you can do the practice of meditation in the coming 1 week, in the coming 7 days. You don't even have to do the steps what we did today if it is very difficult for you to remember, because you already had your self-realization, and this is just the steps to attain your self-realization. So every day in the morning or in the evening, whenever you get time, kindly meditate for 5 to 10 minutes, and then we will see you in the follow-up sessions, and we will take it further from there. So hope you were able to learn something new today with our presentation, and hope it was an interesting session for you. And this meditation technique was something new for you. So please do practice the meditation, and because it's very important to keep up the self-realization. And please do join in for the follow-up sessions so that we can take it forward from there. So we will end the program now. Thank you for joining in the program, and good luck to you in your improvement of the meditation. So take care. Bye. So I think all the new people can leave the program now.